everybody. Welcome to our bowl preview series as we attempt to head back to the window with Scott and Scott. I am your host, Scott Steen, lead handicapper at winnersandwhiners.com. Joined, as always, you know him, you love him. He's the king of Long Island. Scott, what's your name?
Scott Reichel, senior handicapper over winnersandwhiners.com.
Together, we do a show every day, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Well, we do it Monday through Friday, right here on your favorite streaming platform as we attempt to head back to the window to help you cash those winning tickets. So speaking of winning tickets, Scott, bowl game number 25 on the agenda here, Iowa State at Clemson. Of course, it's the Cheez-It Bowl, the Cheez-It Bowl. You know what a Cheez-It is, Scott?
Yeah, it's a snack.
You a fan? You like Cheez-Its?
Oh, they're pretty good.
Do you know the alternative meaning for Cheez-It? You know what this is?
No.
It means like keep it on the DL, be quiet about it. Cheez-It,
Oh.
Cheez-It, the boss is coming by. That's a real thing. I'm not making that up.
Didn't know that.
I make up a lot of things about the bowl thing, but that's actually a legitimate thing. So Iowa State, Clemson -1 under 44. Scott, before the season, Iowa State and Clemson thought there was a decent chance they'd be meeting in the postseason in Florida. I don't think they thought it was going to be in the Cheez-It Bowl. What do you think?
I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay, good chat.
Yeah.
Who you got here, buddy?
It's a really tough spot because Iowa State, of course, and Clemson both shouldn't really care about this game because they had bigger things that they thought they're going to worry about before the season started. Now, Iowa State had a couple of opt-outs. They're missing Breece Hall, who might be the best running back in all college football, or at least top 5. So he's not going to play. You're also missing a couple wide receivers. So I do think Purdy will be a bit shorthanded in the passing game. They still have Hutchinson, though. So, of course, he's the best guy. But when you're missing some secondary guys, I do think that's going to be an issue in the passing game. Now, for Clemson, they're not really missing many players. The issue is they're missing both coordinators because their defensive coordinator, Brent Venables, took the head coaching job at Oklahoma, while the offensive coordinator, Tony Elliott, took the job interviewed for the job at Duke. So you have some distractions going on with the coaching staff, but Iowa State's been a team that I have not really had much faith in all season long. Clemson, even though they did underachieve, they did end the season looking a little bit like the Clemson of old, especially on the defensive end. When you finish the regular season winning each of your last 5 games, they won a couple of them comfortably. They killed Wake Forest, for example. Iowa State, I'm just not a fan of. I'm going to take Clemson. I think Dabo finds a way to win this one. You?
Yeah, I'm with you. I've got Clemson here -1. The Tigers, for all the problems and struggles they had this year, they were still second in the nation in scoring defense behind Georgia, gave up just 308 yards per game. And they are a team that will absolutely get after you in the backfield. You mentioned it's got no Breece Hall. Fantastic running back, almost 1,500 yards this season, 20 touchdowns. That's going to be huge. The other thing is Iowa State going to be missing some key pieces on the defensive side of the ball. 2020 Co-Big 12 Defensive Freshman of the Year, Akeem Young is out. Kim Manny King is out, and linebacker Aaron Horn. All 3 are in the transfer portal. They have had enough of Ames, Iowa. And if you've ever been to Ames, Iowa, it doesn't take long to have enough, by the way. Michael Lee says, I have Clemson on the money line in my long shot money line parlay. I think we both like that. I've got Clemson there as well.
I'm just assuming Purdy, who's struggled against decent defenses all season long, is going to look awful against this Clemson defense.
Yeah, not ideal. He put up some yards against TCU and Oklahoma and Texas Tech, whoopee. But when it came down to teams that actually played defense, he definitely had his share of struggles there. So I'm with you. I think without his safety blanket of Breece Hall to rely on, teams are going to be keying on the pass a little bit more, and that's not going to be good for Brock Purdy. I've got Clemson. I've also got the under here, Scott. I think this is going to be a defensive struggle. I know it's kind of been a crapshoot taking unders in bowl games so far, but I am going to take a stab at this one with 2 very good defenses.
So I want to disagree with you on the total.
Fair
again.
enough.
I just think that this total is too low at 44. Clemson, I know the offense isn't great, but it did manage to score 30 points or more in each of the last 5 games. Now, I know the level of competition wasn't the greatest, but the offense did seem to get something going over the last month and change. I'm not a fan of DJ at quarterback. He's been awful all year long, but Clemson did seem to find a pretty solid ground game with Shipley, and I do think that the balance has helped this offense really look, I'd say, competent over the last couple of games. But Iowa State's defense has had issues at various points all season long. I think Clemson has a good chance to score. I'd say 27, maybe 30 in this spot. I just think 44 conceptually is too low. I think this game will end up in the high 40s, low 50s. I'd feel a lot better about the under if it was around 48, but at 44, that's a little bit too low for a game in Florida.
Not much margin for error there. And yeah, you kind of alluded to it. The Iowa State defense has been very good, but they did have some cracks in the facade the last 5 games. Gave up 38 to West Virginia, 41 to Texas Tech. Neither one of those are good looks at all. So you didn't even try to say DJ's last name, huh?
Ugalele?
Uagalele.
Yeah, I didn't think I was that far off.
Okay, no, you're in the ballpark.
Clemson's offense, I think, can do enough to contribute enough for this game to have a better chance of going over than under.
Okay, fair enough. We both like Clemson. We just kind of disagree on what we're going to get out of Iowa State. I think we're not going to get much, but I do like the Tigers there. And we are split on the total. I've got the under 44, and you have the over. So that's going to do it for our preview of the Cheez-It Bowl. Guys, we're kind of are we the big we're the big cheese around here, Scott?
Head honcho.
The head honcho, the big another airplane reference. You know, we sneak one in. Yeah. All right, guys, that's it. We got one more to go, so stick around for that. We'll be back in just a minute. And good luck, of course, on not just this bowl game, but all your bowl games. Check out me and Scott every day as we do our show Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, right here on the YouTubes, the Twitch, the Twitter, and the Facebook Live, as Scott and I will help you head back to the window. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. Take care.